We discussed this, the lawsuit of Ashley Parham versus Diddy, where she basically said that Diddy shoved a remote control in her private and, some very dark allegations. Well, there are a plethora of other people who were apparently there. And this just gets even more dark and twisted. Hey guys, it's Murad Murali, daily and consistent content. Let's get straight into this video. So, in the matter of Ashley Parham versus Sean Diddy Combs, an amended complaint names 2 more plaintiffs and several additional defendants. These are, including Odell Beckham Jr., Drewski, Jaguar Wright, Janice Combs, Big Homie, CC, and a lot more, which we can see: Brandy Cunningham, Keith Lux, Helena Harris Scott, I don't know who those people are, Ruben Valdez, Shane Pierce, Christina Coram, obviously, as we all know, John Pelletier. Now, Odell Beckham Jr. was somebody who was also seen with Bieber in some videos. I believe he even has a boys camp, so it can get quite sinister. Drewski being dropped in this is shocking, but also Jaguar Wright and Big Homie, Jaguar Wright especially being dropped into this is just very confusing. My head is spinning from this. It truly does not make any sense. This is an amended complaint. Since filing her original complaint, the plaintiff has identified 2 John Doe assailants as Odell Beckham Jr. and Drew Drewski. Defendant Diddy instructed another defendant Doe to also R-word the plaintiff. Defendant Doe has been determined to be defendant Drewski. Instead of immediately R-wording plaintiff, Drewski doused plaintiff with more oil and lubricant and then jumped on top of plaintiff's, private parts and treated it like a slip and slide and knocked the wind out of plaintiff due to his enormous size. Defendant Drewski then caught himself from sliding over plaintiff's old body off the bed and he began R-wording plaintiff. Whilst defendant Drewski was R-wording plaintiff, defendant Diddy sat in a chair near the bed and began touching himself whilst recording plaintiff's R-word by defendant Drewski. Another party's phone fell on the bed near plaintiff. Plaintiff then attempted to grab the phone, but it slipped out of her hand and onto the floor due to the oil lubricant that had been doused all over her by defendant Diddy and Drewski. Defendant Diddy began laughing at plaintiff's attempt to grab the phone. Throughout this violent gang R-word, defendant Diddy made constant belittling remarks to plaintiff, including that he owned her. At some point during this ordeal, plaintiff remembers defendant referring to another defendant as Cornelius and remembered the name because it was so odd and unique. Plaintiff has come to discover the defendant Doe, Cornelius, was R-worded by defendant Odell.